I get a lot of stick for my attitude and whatever. It's not an attitude. I'm just always thinking, what's happened? Why have I not won? Or how can I'll throw myself under the bus if I said half the stuff that went on. I don't understand why you would go anywhere in any competition and think, I want to finish on the podium. You should just want to win everything. Like, since I can remember, I was a gymnast. Yeah. It's relentless. It is. It's every day, and you're constantly being watched, and you have to train, and you have to do this, and they are on you every day. And I wanted to be a motorbike racer for a job, and here I am. So,
welcome to Off Track, the motorcycle racing podcast. I'm your host, Dave Neal. This is Brands Hatch, and as we introduce podcast now, more importantly, Gearlink Kawasaki, Tom Booth-Amos. Tom, welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. How's tricks?
Busy, let's say.
You're
Very
here, there,
busy.
and everywhere.
Yeah, just busy. I'd love to just go home for a week and spend a week with my dogs, but you know, I've got to go to work.
This is work, isn't it? This is what you. So were you Imola last week?
Yeah.
You were at Snetterton the weekend before that. Donington the weekend before that.
Yeah.
And then next week you're in Most. You're a busy boy.
Yeah, racking up the air miles. I need them that free business upgrade. So it's busy, but I knew what I was getting myself in for in the beginning when I said I'd do it. So, I mean, you know, I wanted to be a motorbike racer for a job, and here I am. So I can't really complain.
No, not at all. It beats working for a living, doesn't it? In the nicest possible way.
I still have to work a little bit, but you know.
Tell me about the season so far, mate. You've been with Puccetti Motozoo Racing World Supersport.
Yeah.
Your Gearlink British Supersport on the Kawasaki as well. Tell us how the season's gone from your point of view.
Yeah, how we expected, to be honest. Last year that was my rookie year on a 600, but that was not easy, let's say. Got myself into 600 class in World Championship. It was really difficult. Crashed the most I've ever crashed in a year. Could not get a good feeling with the bike, with the team. Didn't really, let's say, get on with them. So I was kind of happy, but then I was lost. So anyway, yeah, that's another story. We knew that I can ride a 600. It's just trying to adapt to it. After so many years on little bikes, it was difficult in the beginning, especially this year, because this year it was kind of, I need to do a good job, otherwise I'm going to be out kind of thing. So yeah, I knew the goal in World Championship was top 10 every race. And so the last, I think 6 races I've been top 10 every race. So that's pretty good. And here, obviously, I was always expected to win here, which was a big ask. But you know, it's not easy here. You know, the lads can still ride a bike. The biggest thing for me here is the circuits. It's very difficult to come back after such a long time and try and understand the British way of riding in the British circuits. It's completely different.
So you cut your teeth here, didn't you, in the Motostar class? You were Motostar champion. It was one of the most dominant seasons I think we've ever seen, pretty much. 23 out of 24 races. It's dominant, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I still didn't earn any money, but it was all right.
You tend not to earn any money in that class, do you? You got the lovely little trophies and a pat on the back, and
that's it. Off you go.
The title at the end of the year, and thanks for everything.
Yeah.
And it is a tricky sport to earn money, isn't it? The bottom line is, and a lot of people maybe don't understand, and a lot of the fans, they see how it looks from the outside. I know this is a whole different story, but this is the story of the podcast, isn't it? That it is the reality of racing is it is super difficult to make this a job.
Driving around in Ferraris and Porsches, but they're not mine. I wish they were, but they're definitely not mine. I can tell you that.
But that helps if you have a supercar sponsor.
Well, exactly. There's worse people to have.
Yeah, well, that's something like Glenn when he's at the TT and he's driving around in the 1886, 1889?
James's cars,
in James's Lambos. Yeah.
But
it's not his. He gives it back.
No,
eventually.
Makes me feel like a little bit of a twat driving around in it, but there you go. I have to give it back at the end of the weekend.
It's just something, but you've got to have some perks, haven't you? That's the thing. You've got to have some perks, and you've got to enjoy it as much as you can.
I think there's more perks than there is flaws. Let's put it that way.
What's the biggest perk?
Biggest perk? I get to ride a bike every week.
Yeah.
That's all I ever... Well, actually, I didn't really want to do it, but here I am.
Tell me about that.
Well,
you're going to start opening yourself up to so many questions.
Like, since I can remember, I was a gymnast. That's all I ever did, every day. Didn't really go to school. I trained every day, all day, every day. And then one day I remember I was at a competition, I think maybe British Championship or something, and I said, after I'd finished, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just literally one day I just went, I've had enough. I think I was 16, 17. And my dad was like, no, come on, you've spent all your life doing it. Just carry on. Just try one more and see how you get on. And I think I went another month and I was like, no, I really do not want to be doing this anymore. And he just said, okay, well, what are you going to do? You can't sit on your ass. I was like, well, why don't we try racing? He was like, I've got no money, we can't do that. So anyway, at the time, he just got made redundant, and he was like, look, I've got 30 grand, what are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know. So I knew nothing about racing, nothing at all. I mean, I'd always watched it, and I've always had a bike since I was a kid, but I didn't know anything about racing, how to race, nothing. And he said, right, let's go race Supermoto. So I did that for like 3 years, I think, 3 years. And the first year I won the British Championship, second year I won it again, and 3 times I won that. And then I was like, I want to go road racing. And he was like, well, there's no chance, we've got no money, like, it's not going to happen. And then luckily just one guy said, look, I've got Ducati if you want to ride it at the time. So I went and did that. And it was a North Gloucester meeting at Puccetti, I do remember it. I crashed in qualifying because I had no idea what I was doing. And then in the race, I think I won it or something. I don't really remember, it was a long time ago now. Yeah, and then somebody offered me a ride in Moto3 and BSB, and that was it.
And the rest is history from there.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to get a license, nothing. They just, luckily we know some people in the ACU, and they said, yeah, we'll trust you, go on, and gave me a license.
So you accidentally got into motorcycle racing, became a 4-time British champion, 3 on the Supermoto,
yeah,
1 on the Moto3.
Literally by chance. I never actually really wanted it to be my job.
Fucking hate people like you.
I just didn't know what to do. I went to college for a year and I studied mechanical engineering, so I did that for a bit, and then I was like, I'm bored of that now. Got my qualification. I was like, I don't really know. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, just here I am.
Just by accident.
Just literally.
When you go back, because you were national standard gymnast.
Yeah.
That is a really intense sport. The training, the physical side of that sport is beyond anything, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of athletic ability and strength training. I don't know how many people understand what you have to go through for training. Just explain the bit about the gymnast career for what you went through.
Yeah. It's relentless. It is. It's every day, and you're constantly being watched, and you have to train, and you have to do this, and they are on you every day. And there's a lot of competitions also. It's not like a race weekend where you have one every 2 weeks. It's, there's like the main ones, and then you could do the little ones if you wanted to, but we didn't really do them. We just main ones. We did British Championship and whatever, but it was just relentless. Like, I didn't really go to school, just trained every day. And like, my best mate's still a gymnast now, but also on your body is massive. Also, I mean, it's like racing, but a huge impact on your body. If you imagine jumping every day, landing, doing backflips, and shoulders, destroys your shoulders. My back hurts from gymnastics still, just because I did it that long, jumping up and down. And yeah, it was hard work, but I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong. And I think it has helped me with racing. Like, I've got strength where not normal bike racers have. Also, when I crash, I always know where I am. Always. Yeah. Like, I mean, touch wood, I don't really get injured, unless the only injuries I've got is when people hit me, because I'm not in control. So I normally know, like the one at Knock Hill, I know where I am when I'm in the air or whatever, so I can always kind of work
spatial
out.
Awareness.
Yeah. It's strange, I know, it's hard to understand, but that is genuinely what helps me.
Like, it is and it isn't, because when you look at tumbling and that kind of the different aspects that you have to go through as a gymnast, even though you haven't instigated it, the mental capacity and the physical awareness of where you are, because that wasn't a small crash at Knock Hill, mate. That was a corker.
Lucky to get away with it. Yeah, the worst thing I did was my finger dislocated,
and that was it.
Do you know what? It still hurts. I'm not even joking. I was pulling it earlier. I was like, it's still not great, but no, I was very lucky to get away with that one. Small mistake on my part, let's say. So I was very lucky. But like I said, gymnastics has helped me genuinely. I'm still very flexible, and I do stretch when I train every week and every day. So yeah, that has helped, definitely.
When you're coming into the British Championship this season, it's been a while since you've been on these circuits, like you say, and you've not raced against some of the guys for a while. Are you coming back into this championship with a target on your back in terms of, I can see the look on your face.
Let's say that, yeah.
It seems I mean, we know what your results are. People can see the results from the season. You've had a fantastic season so far. And as I just look across, we've got 4 wins, which is outstanding on your first season back.
Yeah.
Why is there a target on Tom Booth-Amos's back?
Difficult one. I think just because my career was very strange. I was racing BSB and never really expected anything from it. And then all of a sudden I'm in MotoGP. And then I came, I've done that, but that's in the past. And then I've come back here after World Championship so long. I finished second in the World Championship in 300 racing. And then you come back here and, I mean, I probably would do the same. Also, you see somebody coming from World Championship and you want to gauge yourself to see where you are. But you can't really do that in England. The track's completely different. It's a different way of riding. So, yeah, I get they want to beat me. And I would also want to beat me if I was them. So I do get it. But I'm also expected to win, which I am. I'm a top 10 finisher in World Supersport every weekend, so they're going to expect me to win when I come back. But honestly, it's not that easy. I mean, the only one, I'm not going to say it was easy, but Donington, because we know the circuit and it is more of a Grand Prix style circuit, I knew that was going to be easier. And then, to be honest, Knock Hill, we went there. I thought I was going to struggle, and I won that one. Second race, that one didn't go too well. But so yeah, the target, obviously they want to gauge themselves, I think, is the main thing, to see how they would do over there. But like I said, you can't really do it because it's a whole different atmosphere. The riding's different, the tracks are different, it's completely different, everything.
When you've done the gymnastics side of it and you come into motorcycle racing and you come into the British Championship and you have the guys that are targeting you as a rider, I guess there's transferable things from the gymnastics side as well, because it's an individual sport.
Yeah.
So do you get, from your personality-wise things and your determination, you bring that across into the motorcycling side?
Gymnastics is you have to be self-motivated. There's other people around you, but it's completely different. Well, it's not actually. I mean, that's probably the way I am. Because you have to spur yourself on and you have to want to win, because if you do not train in gymnastics, you'll never do anything, because it's your body, you're not relying on something else like the bike to do the job for you. It's all you. So every day you go training, you have to think, this is all me, and if I don't do this, then I'm going to struggle. Even if, like, you took a week off at gym, you came back, it was the worst day training of your life. You can notice the difference after 3 days. If you don't go to the gym and you go back in, it was horrible. So,
holy shit!
It's Palmer ruining.
It is. It's Palmer Airways.
There we go. So that's the way to live.
It's not bad, really, is it?
Not bad. So yeah.
At least he's landing now. That's it. He can go over there. Hello, Mr. Palmer.
I can't remember where we were now.
About transferable attitudes to training.
Yeah, it's all very just like self-motivated, and I think whoever goes racing and wants to get a podium shouldn't be coming. You want to go to win. I don't understand why you'd go racing to finish second.
Is that the core essence of who you are?
Yeah, completely. I don't come here to make friends and finish second place. I want to win every race I do. I don't understand why you would go anywhere in any competition and think, I want to finish on the podium. You should just want to win everything.
Does this explain why, and I think it does, I think I know what the answer is going to be to this. TV interviews, third and second. Would you rather, or would you rather not?
No, I'm not interested at all. And also, like, I get a lot of stick for my attitude and whatever. It's not an attitude. I'm just always thinking, what's happened? Why have I not won? Or how can I make it better? Or why didn't I win that race? I'm always thinking, I'm just never, even when I won in Donington, I was always thinking, yeah, okay, I won, but we could make that bike a lot better and I could go even quicker. It's not that I'm arrogant or rude or anything. I just always want to win. I'm not bothered about anything else. I come here to win, do my job. Even World Championship, yeah, it's different there. It's not the same like here, but I'm not happy when I finish 6th in Donington at all. I just always want to win.
That's the misconception.
That's why people don't understand me at all. They just don't get it. They don't understand why I look grumpy or why I'm not smiling and happy everywhere I go. They're like, well, it's your job, you're living the dream, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I'd be living another dream if I was winning the championship completely.
When you took the step from Moto3 to MotoGP, how big a change was that? Because you were really new to motorcycling in general, whereas a lot of the kids, they grow up through it, through Metric Kit and everything else, and you were like, hello, new kid at Big Skull.
Yeah, I think that's also the reason people not struggle with me, but like want to beat me all the time. And my career went very fast. We never expected it to be the way it was. You know, 1 year I paid 25 grand, I think, to ride that bike here. Next year, I signed for Honda in Junior World Championship. I've got Japanese all around me, trying to help me to get better. I've got Alberto Puig managing me, getting me a ride everywhere. Like, I never expected. Also, I didn't know who all these people were. I had no idea.
The history of the sport is missing to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, I know now I've met everybody and I know people and I understand it. I mean, another story, but I have a huge thing for two-strokes. I love two-strokes. I've got a massive collection at home. But yeah, my career, it just went from here to Junior World Championship. And then I remember I went to Jerez Junior World Championship 2018. Manager came to me, went, you've got to go Moto3 next year or you ain't got a ride. Genuinely, how it happened. I said, well, what are we going to do? He said, well, we're going to have to go.
What? Too much too soon?
Wrong team, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah, wrong team. Wrong nationality, maybe a little bit.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, I think if I'd had another chance with another team and good people around me, I think I could have done a good job.
Frustrating when you look back?
No, I'm happy to be out.
That's a bold statement. I like that.
Very happy to be away from it.
I like because
not interested in even going back at all, even Moto2.
Some would give their eye teeth to be in Grand Prix racing, wouldn't they?
Not interested at all.
That takes some doing.
Yeah. Jeremy asked me, he said, would you want to go back? No, not interested.
Fair enough.
Very happy where I am.
Yeah. And it's going all right so far.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's both Dorna run.
Yeah.
Completely different life, completely different way of living. Atmosphere, superbike compared to MotoGP. Nationality still matters, but not as much. I'm not saying like they did anything because I was British and made the bike shit, but it does help.
I think that's
Everyone knows that. You can see it. I mean, I can't fault Dorna. They helped me. They got me there.
Yeah.
They paid for everything because I don't have what it cost to go because I know what it cost. Yeah, it was a massive change. As soon as I finished here, I packed the van, moved to Spain on my own. Bought a dog, took him with me. Lived in Spain for 4 or 5 years. Hopped about trying to find the best place to go. Did that and lived the dream for a couple of years.
Did you think that you'd fallen off the radar for the British Championship, or was Junior World Championship, Junior World Supersport 300?
Yeah.
Was that the focus that you were aiming for, and Britain can kind of wait?
Yeah, to be totally honest, I had no interest in coming back to England, and I still don't. Just to be honest with you, we spoke about it and we thought it'd be nice to win the BSB and the European Championship in the same year. That was our thought, and obviously Kawasaki, Gearlink, they've not won this before. So our plan was to try and do it together and just get the job done.
How is that going to work out when you have rounds that clash?
Just keep winning and try and get some points up.
Building up of a buffer before you go.
I actually don't know at the minute. That's a bit of a tricky one because obviously my world team want to win that. I've got quite a big points lead at the minute, and obviously Gearlink and Kawasaki UK want me to win this, so it's a bit in negotiations, let's say, at the minute.
Tell me about that in the championship at World Supersport, because that is a championship within a championship, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, my goal isn't really European. I mean, it is to win that, but that's just the side thing. Obviously, I am in the World Championship, so I get points in World Championship. So I think I'm 14th in that championship, and I missed the first 2 rounds. So I can still actually get a top 10 overall in World Championship. So we are aiming for that as well. But obviously, for the team and the team sponsors and Kawasaki, it's good to have my bike in the Parc Fermé every race. So that's nice to do that, and I do get paid for that, a bonus. So I could do with that to pay the travel this year. So. Yeah, that's the main thing. But I mean, for my goal is just to finish top 10, top 8, top 6 every World Championship race.
How did that ride come about? Because it was later last year, wasn't it?
Very late.
Just before the flyaways.
we were kind of planning what to do because we thought my career in World Supersport was done. I had a contract with Kawasaki, but there was no seats. Also, money is a big problem, as everybody knows, in World Championship. So, yeah, unfortunately, Ryder got sacked, or they went their separate ways. I don't really know. I didn't want to get involved. I got a phone call here just as I was about to crack a beer open on Sunday night at Brands last year. We need you on a flight to Argentina tomorrow. I went, right, have you got a flight? No. You need to book one. Okay, here we go then. Ring up my good friend and sponsor in America, Greg. Greg, I need a flight to Argentina. Can you sort it out? Yep, no problem. So he sorted all that out. Sorted all my flights out. I kind of spoke to Fabio in the middle of the year because we use the same hospitality. So I'd spoken to him before, I knew him. And I said, look, if you ever get a chance that I can get on this bike, I want to prove myself that I can ride at 600 because where I wasn't working. And just by chance, he said, yeah, okay, I'll let you know, because there was obviously something going on that I didn't know about. Unfortunately, Ben wasn't there, but fortunately for me, that helped me get a ride this year.
And doing the flyaway rounds, it's out of the kind of the British eye a little bit because people don't get up that early and that kind of thing. Are you allowed to sort of find your feet within that championship and just get a little bit settled before you do a full season as you have this year? I guess it was really beneficial.
Yeah, also the team I was with last year full time, it just didn't work at all. Just did not work. Every race I was finishing 25th or crashing. And I'm not really a crasher. I don't crash a lot. That year I won Moto3 here. I crashed once in a year. Never in a race. So I knew something was wrong. And I knew I could ride. If you can ride a bike, you can ride a bike. And I will always try 110%. Even if it's not working, I'll always try 110%. I think that's why I was crashing. It just wasn't working. So I needed to prove that I could do a good job. So luckily he gave me an opportunity and we worked it out. And then the first race in Argentina, I think I finished 13th, 12th, something like that. And then the second race the same, I think I was 11th. So I even in the first weekend, it was a big pressure. I knew I had to perform, otherwise I wasn't going to have a ride this year. So luckily I did pull my finger out and I got the job done. Is
the pressure of doing the gymnastics for that long, does that help you with the pressure of motorcycle racing?
I don't really feel pressured, to be honest, at all.
Because of your background?
Yeah, I think because also in gymnastics it's completely different. There's just one person on the floor, say, and everybody's watching you. Whereas here, there's 30 riders on the track and they're watching everyone go past. So you kind of get used to it. The pressure, it doesn't really bother me at all, to be honest.
What does the future hold? I know we're mid-season now. It's difficult.
Well, it's contract time at the minute.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I'm stressing already. At least this year, I'm not actually stressing this year that I'm going to get a ride. For the first time in a long time, I'm not worrying about what I'm going to do next year.
Does that then leave you nicely focused for the racing rather than having the background stuff going on?
Yeah, because like last year I knew I was going to be out if I didn't do anything. So I also say I don't struggle with pressure, but I knew I had to perform. Whereas this year I've already proved that I can run at the front in the races. So I just need to we need to decide what I'm going to do, let's say.
In terms of the management side and people supporting you, Jeremy McWilliams
massive. He has saved my ass big time.
Tell me the story.
Ended 2019 GP year. I was done completely. I was like, I'm finished with it. I can't be bothered. Got no money. At the time I had a big sponsor, and Dorna were paying for me. Anyway, Dorna didn't want to support me anymore. That's another story.
This is what podcasts are for, Tom.
No, I can't really say off it.
I told you I wouldn't throw you under the bus.
No, I'll throw myself under the bus if I said half the stuff that went on. I just had enough, and obviously everyone saw what happened that year. It just took the enjoyment out of it. The only time that was good, I finished 6th in Australia in the dry, and I kind of proved myself then that I could do it. And then I got a little bit of interest after, but unless I had 800 grand, I wasn't going back. It's genuinely what they asked for.
800,000 euros.
I had to fund the team because they didn't have a sponsor.
That's not happening.
Ricardo Rossi went after and took it.
Even with the strongest prevailing wind, that's not happening in any way, shape or form.
No. But
even take $250,000 to a Moto3 team.
I got it.
It's
not got it.
No.
at all.
How do you find that kind of money when you?
Dorna funded. I think at the time they funded a lot of it, most of it, and then I had a personal sponsor that really helped me at the time massively. I can't fault him for that. He's not with me anymore, but at the time he paid my wages, he paid for my house, all my training, and he funded some of the ride as well. End of 19, I was like, I'm done with it. Can't be arsed. That just finished me off completely. Just drained, just mentally drained at the end of it. And then I was still training and didn't really know what to do with my life. It was like end of January, end of Feb, I think maybe. Somebody called me, my mate called me and said, I'm going to a ref, we've got a spare bike if you want to come do a track day. I was like, I was living in Barcelona, flew down, met him there. I can't remember who was there. Maybe my dad was there, I can't remember. And Jeremy was there, coaching. He used to do coaching on track days. Anyway, I've known Jeremy since 2017. I met him then. Not really a mate as such, let's say, just to say hello to. And he said, what are you doing this year? I was like, nothing, to be honest with you. I just cannot be bothered. I just drained after this year. Nobody knew what happened that year at all until this year.
Until the video came out.
Until last year. And he said, look, you're too good to be sitting there doing nothing. Let's get you on a bike. And I said, Jeremy, I've got no money. I literally have nothing left. Everything that I had, I've spent. It's gone. And he was like, no, we need to get you something. So anyway, off he went. Calls me a week later. I've got your ride in Supersport 300. You need to be at a test. Oh no, you need to be in Germany on a certain day for a press launch. I was like, Jeremy, I've got no money. He was like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. So I was like, okay. Anyway, off I go to Germany, meet the team, sign a contract. I read how much it was. And I was like, shit, what are we going to do here? Went to the first round, finished second, and I think I won one race and I was leading the championship. So I was like, okay, that's what I needed to do. Get to the second round, I've still got no money. Still not paid them. I'm like, shit, are they going to let me ride the bike? Anyway, get another podium again, and it was cleared.
Just like that?
Just like that. Yeah, I was leading the championship, and I think nobody ever told me who paid for it or what, but I think Kawasaki paid for it. That's
a lovely touch.
Yeah.
But it shows the faith in you as a rider, and what you can do.
Jeremy, I get on now. He's like a best mate to me, like a best mate, a mentor. I speak to him every day, texting him or whatever. We've had some great times together now. We've travelled all over together, all over the world now. I was with him in America this year, but he did save my ass big time, and I'm forever grateful that he did that, because I would not be sitting here now with you.
Fuck, how do I follow that?
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Chezza. Cheers, mate.
Top man, Jeremy McWilliams. That's a wonderful story, because you hear in this sport that there are good people and there are not so good people.
Yeah.
The stories of the not so good people tend to be the ones that we hear about in the paddock the most. Or so-and-so shafted so-and-so, and he owes money there and this. It happens all the time. It's the nature of the business. We know that. We've been in it long enough. We know what goes on. But to sit there and have someone, and I had this with Neil Hodgson. I spoke to Neil last week because we had Roger Burnett on the show.
Yeah.
And Neil said, I owe my career to that man. And said that to Roger. Roger was like, you could just see him. It just took him a little bit by surprise, because this platform that we have is a great way of letting people know their gratitude.
Yeah, he wouldn't ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I've said, thank you to Jeremy.
No, but this is to show the fans.
Yeah,
and to
people
show
don't know what went on. And
exactly.
He did save my ass big time, and he still does every year. Whenever I got a problem, I ring him, and he always picks up the phone, and he's always happy to help.
Perfect. Why did that video come out last year?
That's a massive. There's a group chat. Anyway, I'm still good mates with Darren Binder. Anyway, it was like a 3-year anniversary. And he sent it to John and said, good luck this weekend in Thailand, because he was working with Murphy at the time. Anyway, then it just spiraled. Somebody sent it to somebody else. Somebody sent it to someone else. Went in group chats. Then it went between all the old school riders. They got it all, and then somebody else got it, and then it boom on Twitter. And my phone, I swear to God, it has never gone off so much. I got people ringing me that should never be ringing me. That's when you know you're in shit big time. And that was it. All it was, just somebody let it slip. We had it. We knew all the time that we had the video, and we were just kind of kept to keep quiet, told to not tell anyone.
But you
what-
didn't put the video out.
No.
So how can you get a bollocking for something
I
you had
didn't- I
no
didn't
control
get a
over?
bollocking.
Oh, that's all right.
People questioning why I've never told anyone. Or
Oh, I see what you mean.
happened.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
No, nothing about me.
How
being in
the fuck
trouble.
do you let that happen, and why didn't you
Why
say
did nobody
something?
know?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Because I never told anybody.
Because
Never.
the backlash from it and the support that came out of it was incredible. Because that shit should never fucking happen.
No. I mean, it was a tough year. Let's say it wasn't easy at all. A lot of things went on, and we were paying a lot of money to be there, and stuff was going on that shouldn't be happening. So yeah, it just spiraled out of control. It was one of them. And then I had to go on holiday in Thailand with it the next day.
I was about to say, has it made you a stronger person for doing this? But I don't really know.
Yeah, stuff doesn't really bother me. I'll be honest with you. Nothing really gets to me at all. I never told anybody about that. Nobody. The only people that knew is me, Darren, and the team, and the guy that took the video, which was Darren's mate anyway.
How do you do? Because I have the thinnest skin in the world. If somebody told me my podcast was shit, I'd fall apart.
Oh, it didn't bother me at all.
Teach me how to do that, because I
I
have
don't
no idea.
I've had a strange upbringing as well. So like, I went to boarding school when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've always lived on my own. So
Which boarding school do you go to?
Old Smith Hospital in Birmingham.
That's an interesting.
So that's also why the reason I am, because I was always been alone. I've always lived alone, and I also grew up with my grandparents.
This is why you can be the way you can be, because this is the way you want to be. It's your choice, and this is how it works.
Yeah. I went there, did boarding school, came home, lived with my grandma and granddad, and then that's when I moved to Spain after that.
And you were telling me at Knockhill, you live in a little close, and you have all the older generation. They keep an eye on the house, and they look after the
I live
dogs.
in a tiny little village in the middle of nowhere. It's great. I love it. It's great. All the grannies opposite me love me.
I wasn't going to use that word.
No, they all love me. I love them as well.
That's why I say the older generation.
Every day, as soon as they see me, they wave. I came back the other day because I don't spend a lot of time at home.
No.
I came back. She's like, "Where have you been? You left me." Sorry, love. I'm back now though.
Like apple pie on the doorstep when you come back.
Go again. But no, they're great. They look after the place because obviously there's a few bikes about.
In the nicest possible way, are you still living the dream? Yeah. That's important.
At the minute more than ever. Yeah. I'm enjoying it at the moment.
I find that really important, and I think that to still keep that fire in the belly, regardless of, because it hasn't been easy, and this was something that I wanted to talk to you about and get across to our listeners and to the viewers. This game ain't easy,
no,
and you haven't done it the easy way.
No, it's easy if you got money.
Of course it is.
But I have
anything's easy.
Nothing. I can tell you that now. We as a family have nothing. Well, my granddad was very well off, but he would never fund my racing. He was a rally driver, that's what he did. And he said, "No, I earned my money doing what I'm doing. You need to go and earn yours." Never gave me a penny.
To which then steals exactly what you need to do, and you need to focus to do this.
If I don't focus, I haven't got a job next year. So, and you're always worried about what am I going to do next year? If I don't have a job, what am I going to do? Because I haven't got anything in life. Well, the only thing I know is how to rebuild bikes. That's it. Classic bikes. That's all. It's literally the only thing I know.
Where did the love come from for the two-strokes and the classic bikes?
I don't know. Always loved them. And then I don't really know, to be honest. We've had a lot of bikes at home, always, because my dad raced bikes and he did that. And when I was growing up, he was still racing. I don't actually know, to be honest with you. Started when I was like 2018, so how long ago was that? 5 years? 6 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
Started a collection 5 years ago.
18, 23, 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, 5.
My maths is
4.
shit. Don't start with maths.
No, there's a reason I race bikes.
That's why I do this.
Yeah, so it started then. When I had a bit of money, I bought one, and then just it spiraled out of control big time. And now here we are.
It's become a passion.
We've got 48 bikes.
Fucking what?
Yeah, 48 bikes.
48 bikes.
Yeah, collection.
That's not a collection. That's an obsession.
Yeah,
Tom.
but my idea is if I keep buying, but I don't have a lot of money, but everything I earn I invest, because I know one day this isn't going to be my job, and I'm going to have to think, fuck, what am I going to do?
It's pension, isn't it?
Yeah, so I keep buying stuff that I know I can do and rebuild and restore, and it's going to be worth a lot of money in years to come.
Because you're still young. What old are you now?
Fucking hell, I'm 27.
20. You're still young in terms of racing.
I feel old.
Try sitting my side of the set.
I'd rather not. I'll be honest. No, so I do you
mean you'd
also,
rather not?
Oh, no, sorry. I enjoy it. I enjoy restoring them and building bikes, and I've got my own workshop. I've got a unit that I keep my cars and my bikes in. So I've got classic cars as well.
What's your favourite?
Favourite?
What's your favourite bike? What's your favourite car that you've got in your collection?
My RS Turbo is...
Oh.
Yeah, that's got to be the... That's
What year?
88, Series 2.
Nice.
It's immaculate as well.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Rosso
it is.
red?
No, it's white.
Oh, the white one?
Yeah, white one. Never used it. Sits on the car lift. Never gets used.
It's the right place for it to be.
That is it. Sits indoors. Doesn't get wet. So yeah, that's that. I've got a Clio 182 track car that I've never used as well.
That's swift.
I ain't got time.
you've got no time to use any of these whatsoever at any point in time
I
at
used to have
all.
a few. So like what year was it? 2021? Did I finish second? Yeah, 2021. Yeah. I had a good year, and that's the best year I've had racing and earning money because the bonuses. Every race I was earning bonuses. So end of that year, I did invest in some stuff after that, and my best bike, or my favourite that I've got and most expensive, I've got a 2006 250 Grand Prix bike.
Wow.
And that lives in my living room.
That's proper.
Yeah.
Proper. I love that, because for someone so young and who's not worked and ridden in that era, and I know Rory Skinner's very much the same because of his dad's
yeah, I think
his dad
that's
and
it.
that way on it. It's the lineage, isn't it, or lineage, whichever way you say.
Yeah. No, that's my baby.
I love that.
Just sits there, it gets started up once every couple of months, and that's it. Just go and rev it.
Warming cycle, let it smell it, turn it off.
That's it. I've got one of them, and I've got my granddad. He passed away last year, 2 years ago maybe, and he left a Norton F1. I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, rotary. So there's one. There's
the white one.
Yeah.
I'm old, you know.
JPS
I remember it. The JPS one. Yeah, I remember. I remember when they came out.
I've got one of them.
88, 89, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Early 90s, maybe.
I think 91. Something
there you
go.
Yeah.
So we've got one of them. It's brand new.
I'd left school by then.
Now you're showing your age. Yeah, I've got that. That's obviously because he left me that, so that's one that I'll never sell.
That's not going to go down in value.
No, it's going up. That's
just nicely.
Yeah,
year
I've
and
got
year.
what else? A 1989.
Do you know what I like about this now? Now we're talking. No. Now we're talking about your collection and stuff like that. You started leaning in like this.
Yeah, I love it.
Now we're talking about the good stuff.
Nobody actually knows what I've got either. I'm not one to brag, but
it's not. I asked the question.
Yeah. I've got a lot of motocross bikes, old stuff, 500s, 125s. No, I haven't got 250 actually. I need to buy one.
You need to buy one.
I do.
You get some more podium bonuses, mate, and get yourself a. What were they on the YZ 250, something like that?
No, all mine are Honda.
Oh, they're all Hondas.
All Honda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Honda will be worth the most.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you that now. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going like Dave Thorpe era.
Yeah, so I've got an 88 CR500. I've got 88, 89. I've got 3 of them, 125s. One's a factory one, Mugen.
Do you go back as far as twin shocks or not?
No, I wanted to get one though. I do want to get one. I've been looking, but I ain't got the money at the minute.
Because I believe Chris Walker was twin shock world champion, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Not so long back.
Yeah. So I do need to get one, but it's costing me too much travelling at the minute.
Do you ride motocross or anything like that?
Yeah, quite a lot. Well, my plan was, to be honest, when I finished road racing in 19, I was going to go race British motocross. That was my plan.
Just to go and win another championship?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm all right, motocross.
Not good, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Do you know what? Like, if I trained and I did it as a profession, I probably could do it as not as a job. I don't want to say that it's going to be my job because I'll start offending motocross riders, but I could be very fast if I tried.
Yeah, I think you have that mentality that you can put your mind to anything. So
yeah, everything
that's
I do,
why you've gone
like
for
I said, everything I do, I want to win.
Yeah,
I've got a good mate that races motocross, and every time we train together, all I want to do is beat him. And he's not slow.
Is that the time? Got to finish now. Yeah. Thanks very much. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're gonna do 3 from 3, and I need Jennifer's help for this one because I have two sets of questions, and we have a random question generator.
Okay.
We've only started this weekend, so I've wrote a load of questions down that are not racing related. They're just person related. They're just life related because this is what this is about. It's more about. It's been so cool to get to know you better. And we did it with Tommy Bridewell last night. We did it with Dan Linfoot yesterday. And it's 3 questions from one set of pages and 3 questions from another, which is a bit more light-hearted.
Yeah.
Like, what would you prefer?
Can
Tits
do it
or
speedy,
arse,
can I
that
get
kind of
piss?
Yeah, we can do this quick. You're the one answering the questions. What number is that one, Jennifer? 11. What does your morning routine look like?
Do you want to know it genuinely?
Yeah, what do you do? What's your morning routine?
Normally, when I'm not racing like back to back, get up 7, go downstairs, let the dogs out, feed the dogs, have a coffee, go straight to the gym. Normally about 7:30, something like that. And then there, 2-3 hours, and then decide what to do with the rest of my day.
There you go.
That's
your morning routine. Oh, we've got a 25. Have we? I've only got 23 questions. So let's go for 23 then.
Do you want me to do your job for you?
Don't you start. Oh, Jen's job.
Yeah.
Not mine. 18. What annoys you most in life?
Airports. You know them people when you try and do your baggage, a security check, and they've got 20 fucking liquids and they can't put them in a bag, and then oh shit, I've got my phone in my pocket, and then they go through it and it buzzes, and I'm there and I'm like, fuck's sake, I do this like 4 times a week, just fucking hurry up, go through. I want a coffee and I want to go sit down. That fucking vents me. I hate it. Does my head in.
That's the perfect answer to the question, because normally people go, ah! What's that, 13? Tom Booth-Amos, what's the last entry on your Google search? Oh, it's actually going to show it as well.
I know what it is, actually.
Oh, that's all right.
Weather for Brands Hatch.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it is there. It is as well. Brands
Not
Hatch
informed,
weather.
Don't worry.
Absolutely love that.
Oh, here you go. I was looking at buying one of these. This was the one before.
Carnielli.
Yeah, it's a Ducati.
Do you know, I've never heard of that.
No, they look cool as fuck. So I'm going to buy one.
Yeah, why not?
I can't find one though.
I'll put that into the show. It'll be in a little.
If anyone's got one,
thing
let
right
me
here.
know, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody knows the whereabouts of a Carnielli? Let me know.
And a Piaggio Ape.
I want one of those.
3-wheeler ones.
Yeah,
I'm after one of them if anyone knows.
that's the sort of thing that Valentino has, and didn't he have a couple of those as well?
They've got one front and back.
One at the front, 2 at the back.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to put a bike engine in one.
Looks like a tuk-tuk.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Interesting. She's
Massive
come back
man.
again now. Quickly, because he's going to wet himself.
I am, yeah, it's bad.
You got that pain yet?
Yeah. It's
Just the one then. 21. We'll just do this once. If you could be any movie character, who would it be?
I don't watch TV.
It's fair enough.
Uh,
I mean, like Mission Impossible.
Jason Statham.
With hair.
Yeah, I would like some hair. I don't think I'd like being bald.
No, you could be Jason.
cool though,
Statham.
he's a cool guy.
He knows what he's about.
Do you know
doesn't
he was an Olympic diver?
I do.
There you go.
Could you have been Olympic? No, we'll ask that question another time, because I can
No.
feel your foot going. I
do really
I know
need
what
this.
it is like. We haven't. The last question. We'll save this for another time. But think about it before we do it again. Usually the last question is, what's your best hire car story? But we'll save that.
Oh man, I've got some great ones.
But you can't.
I have
Because we
got
haven't got the time to.
I'm trying to wait. It's quickly the best one.
Oh, go on then.
Where was that? Malaysia, 2019. Darren wasn't looking where he was going, and we are flat out down this dual carriageway, and a lorry just came out of nowhere, and I swear to God we were probably doing 100 mile an hour, and this thing pulled out, and if we didn't hit it, we'd have died.
That's probably the most serious one.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I've got great ones where they've blown up and wheels have fallen off and jumping them. Yeah, we've had some great ones.
So I'll tell you what then. So for your first podcast, because I don't recall you being on many over the
I've
years.
never done one. I don't like speaking to people.
Here's the question then. The final question. Would you do this again with us?
Yeah.
You star.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom
Depends how
Booth-Amos.
much you're paying, actually. I've done this one for free, but what are you paying next time?
I've only ever had that once.
Well,
Somebody
you're
actually
making money
asked
out
me.
of me, so
Somebody asked me, what's the budget? And it's like, weirdly, he's never appeared on it.
Well, there you go.
Strangely
I don't mind
enough.
helping nice people out, so there you go.
Appreciate that. Tom Booth-Amos, thank you so much, mate.
No
Best of
problem.
luck for the rest of the season,
Thank you.
and we'll catch up later in the year.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.